everybody, it's your boy Ctez. We're back with Real and Uncomfortable. I'm here with the usual suspects. To my right, we have Miss Rayven.
Hey, what's up, girl?
And Mr. Eman Music.
Cheers.
As you can see, they've been sneaking and geeking, sipping a little strong. A little present from our sponsors.
I like drinking.
You say that.
But it's good though, it's good.
She was trying to tell us something earlier, saying she wasn't supposed to be drinking.
Listen, I'm not pregnant. Okay?
And then she's popping up in the morning.
I am not. I just went out last night and my body's not.
And she had a lit couple of weekends, a few weekends ago is what she's telling us.
Did I?
I don't know. You saying you can't drink, you can't do this, you can't do that.
I'm trying to get right. You trying to get right too, right?
I'm trying to get right.
Okay, Mr. Detox.
Hey, I'm trying to, but y'all got me doing all this.
That's apple juice.
Fair enough. So, I know that it has been an eventful couple of weeks, to say the least.
This year started out
2024 is not playing.
It is not playing. Some of our favorite hip-hop moguls, legendary, some might say, are coming under fire with some recent allegations. I mean, I feel like the word for the last decade has been like allegation. Yeah.
And no Diddy.
Now, no Diddy, right? Well, your favorite, I don't know if you want to call him a supervillain now, the Diddler. Nah, that's my man. Look, I love.
That's your man still?
Nah,
Whoa, no Diddy.
Oh, no Diddy.
That's what you want to tell us?
That's crazy. Look, man, I'm just on the side of let's hear it all out, man.
Right.
There's been so much going on, so much out there that at this point I don't know what's fact, fiction, comic book page. I have no idea what's going on. I do know, however, that his was his home in Miami. Was it that one?
Miami and LA, I think.
And LA
Two.
were both raided by Homeland Security. So, like, first and foremost, that's just different. It's one thing if, like, you know, you get a local police raid, something like that.
A welfare check.
Yeah, something like that. But nah, they said Homeland Security. I think I even saw a tank pull up. So, you know.
I know his neighbors was eating that up.
Yeah.
Eating that up, mopping their lawn, all of that. Like, what's going on?
That's crazy. Yo, so I know that this all might have started with what, the Cassie situation?
Was it the Cassie
Yeah,
or the Keefe D?
Oh, you want to take it back? Oh, that's
I feel like Keefe D kind of opened up a
Educate me, because I don't know what that is.
So Keefe D, I guess, is the guy either who murdered Pac or who's
He's accused of being a murderer, or at least a accessory to murder.
Right.
I think they said that was it Orlando something. Another prominent Crip was the one who did the shooting.
Right.
Problem is that throughout Keefe D's somewhat media tour, he went on I think a couple of different podcasts, a couple of different shows, and told his story. Some of the details might have switched up, kind of changed up.
I think he got more and more confident or more and more into himself to where you know when something happens, you kind of tell a story, then you see people's reaction. Like, oh shoot, I can add a little bit.
Yeah, sprinkle.
Then I did a backflip.
Right. Right.
Caught my shoe in the air.
Either way, what got me is apparently they found a murder weapon at his house, which is. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
But his one of his statements said something to the effect of maybe not at that point where they actually killed Pac or Pac was murdered, but before that, probably during the beef, Diddy was said to have inquired about having Pac dealt with.
$4 million.
Yeah, and then I know that in Pac's legacy, you know, if you're familiar with it, at one point in time, Pac was shot by somebody who was said to have been an affiliate. So with all of this stuff going around, it's all rumors and innuendo, all speculation for now. But I'm sure that, like you said, that feeds into investigation.
Right.
But yeah, they took a lot.
Somebody's going after him for real. Cause
he made somebody very mad. He made somebody very mad. Homeland Security.
That's where it started. Keefe D mentioning Diddy.
Then that lawsuit with, what's
Then the lawsuit with Cassie.
Massive settlement.
Yeah.
But also.
He lost his companies too, his sponsorships.
He sold his shares.
Yeah.
They wanted to probably distance themselves, or he, you know, also keep in mind, if he's a founder, you probably don't want whatever your personal situations are to help to affect the business. So you probably distance yourself from that. I will also put out there, because I know there's this thought that if you settle fast, it's because you're guilty. Oftentimes in these situations, the allegation is more damaging, the press coverage is more damaging than the overall outcome may be.
Yep.
So a lot of people, if they have the money, will just be like, all right, what do you want? And also keep in mind, Cassie's lawsuit was civil, which means it was about money, or at least the damages would have been monetary. It would not have resulted in any criminal offenses. So just putting that out there.
I feel like you have to know this is coming. So this is, I forgot what it's called, but I just saw on the dark web, TikTok or whatever, they were saying that in order to like embarrass Hollywood star, like you gotta like take their money and then make them homosexual, like you know, it's
The
like
humiliation ritual?
Yeah, that's what it's called. There we go. I can't say it right now.
Humiliation ritual.
It's the self-service.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, but it's apple juice. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Y'all believe in that?
I think so, but it's always in order. They did the same thing to Bill Cosby, same thing to Will Smith.
I don't know, man. I feel like that gets a little spooky, but I will say that there's a certain point of having leverage over somebody. So, you know, if you can have the power to like, I don't know, show that you have power over their career, keep in mind there, you might want to say like, hey, like the record label who has an artist, maybe like, you know, we want you to do X, Y, Z, and we're going to shelve your album until you do X, Y, Z. You know, it's just, I don't know if we can go as deep as like damaging personal reputation.
Those audios were damaging.
Well,
Him and Meek Mill.
No, that's not what.
That might have been AI. That might have been AI. That might have been AI.
Until we know for a fact.
Y'all didn't hear Meek's song?
Oh my.
I apologize what I did with Diddy. And y'all think the audio is fake? Wow.
Yeah.
See, this is when men can't take accountability.
No, we not.
No, we just don't. Oh, jeez.
Look. I'm not like a crazy Meek fan, but I'm not gonna do him like that. Until we know for a fact.
Yeah.
We not gonna just assume
that's crazy.
that the audios is real.
I'm not gonna hold you.
The Eagles still gonna play his song when they come out?
Look, I will say, jeez, the biggest problem that I think that everybody's having with a lot of these situations is what's coming out in court documents.
Right.
So the most recent allegations or investigation in Diddy was actually launched through a lawsuit from, I believe the producer's name is Lil Rod. He was a producer on the most recent Love album. Apparently, Diddy stiffed him on some payments, or there was a miscommunication on how he would be paid, or, like in most cases, he was overpromised something, didn't receive what he felt he should, and therefore he's now seeking blood, really. This is beyond money at this point.
So
He's going all in, he's trying to burn the house down.
Diddy gave them blood to give because after everything being exposed.
I mean, it all depends on what you believe.
Not that I would ever wear Sean John in my life.
Hey, Sean John sweatsuits was fly.
I'll definitely take it off the little hanger and put it on the floor next time I go to TJ Maxx.
That's crazy. Look, man, I know that a lot of people are catching fire. So, your girl, Carisha, City Girls, yeah.
What about her? What happened?
So
she was really living out her lyrics.
She was living out her lyrics.
Oh, was she?
And I gotta say this. First off, flat out, she was apparently exposed as being essentially an escort for Diddy, not necessarily in an actual relationship.
Come on my feet. I didn't see that.
They exchanged favors for monetary gifts. Again, nothing. If you play the most recent City Girl song, it is kind of right there. It's plain sight.
She's telling y'all what it is.
She's telling y'all what it is. Problem is, and let me go ahead and put my misogyny hat on, right?
Okay. It was already on. You never took it off.
This is like, the problem is when you become a person who looks at them as relationship goals, right? So the problem is there was a bunch, don't do the who. Who is looking, huh? Who did? What?
Every female was like, y'all see what he doing for her? He's spending a
Get you a Diddy.
Yeah, right.
I never said that. Some of y'all already got a Diddy.
Oh man.
Some of y'all are the Diddy.
Oh man, that's crazy. Look, at this point, if you blending dating and basically prostitution, That's what that was. Call it what you. That's prostitution. You might as well go lean prostitution
Bro,
because.
This is the dynamic of dating in 2002.
Which is terrible, right?
Okay.
What's,
Like-
what is the...
Explain
elaborate,
it.
yeah.
Explain it.
What is the dynamic?
Hold on, let me choose my words carefully.
Mm-hmm.
All ears.
Men value their sexual pleasures, and I feel like they're willing to spend money on those sexual pleasures. So when you guys are courting women, you know, you're like, oh, okay, she wants dinner, let me give her dinner. She wants her hair done, let me get her hair done. So she want to fly out in Miami, boom. That's what I was waiting for. You're shaking your head. You can shake it all you want. This is facts. Check Ctez last bank statements.
Taz, don't let her do you like that, right?
Nah. Oh, so, let me put it like this, right? There's a difference when people own what they do, right? The shorty who's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna bust it open for a Birkin,
Right.
is a lot more transparent than the
Right.
shorty who's gonna be like, no, I'm a good girl, but court me
With a Birkin.
with a Birkin.
Right.
Wait, you want me to do what? Oh no.
Right.
What? No, I'm a good girl.
Right. I don't
But
do
you
that.
buy it.
Nah, those.
You buy
So in essence, men,
Little suckers.
men.
Talk to them.
Don't be a sucker, bro.
Don't.
Talk to the women who understand that courting does not involve trips to Miami, trips to wherever else. That's not courting. That's tricking.
And
Right.
I feel
It
like
ain't
these
tricking if you
days,
got it, but you know
women
it's tricking.
Women have such a lack of options these days, and I feel
What?
like
What are you talking about?
they also court. Like, you guys aren't the only ones courting.
How
And
do women court?
I feel like I can't speak on my personal life because I'm off the market. But
What are the stories
for
that
some
you
of the
hear?
people, yeah, I see people like they see somebody that they like, they understand that he is a husband material, or at least like
Got potential.
he got potential.
Okay.
So it's like, all right, let me get myself together. So when I meet him, he's not looking at me as a bill, but more so somebody that he can accompany with. Like, you
I'm
know
waiting
what
for
I
the
mean?
courting part.
Right.
We get there. Like, you know, y'all be letting Tess talk for 3 minutes at a time. I can't introduce my job. Like, damn.
It's the difference when you actually say something.
Wow. Let me get to the point then. See, now I'm
Courting.
It was nothing.
Women
But
court.
yeah, so I
Thank
feel
you.
like they go up to the man, they're like, listen, like, they ask them to take him out to dinner, they might buy him clothes. But somebody I know,
I got you.
they was getting like outfits, meals prepared for him like on a daily basis. If he didn't want to drive, she was driving. I feel like there's women who see value in a man, and like I said, value has to be there in order for her to court as well.
Yo, you're not wrong. I'm with you. But I will say that that's not everybody, one. And the prevailing
Very
thought,
small.
I don't
yeah,
think it's
the prevailing thought is, most of the time anyway, the ones who do that end up doing it for a dude who they probably judged wrong anyway. And then because of that, it's not as if that's maintained and they bring it to the next dude. From then on, the next 20, 30 years, they're talking about how they bought this one dude a Nike tech suit and they never doing anything ever for a dude.
You guys, I feel like there's a lot of men who live off of women. We just recently posted
Absolutely.
a video of that girl. She was like, I was paying for trips. I was paying for, what the fuck she was paying for? Concerts,
Yeah.
all this extra stuff. And then,
One thing she didn't say she was paying was
no,
bills.
listen, that
That made a
nigga,
point,
he was,
though.
that nigga was
Paying
not,
for bills.
I didn't say nothing because I wanted to tell you in person. But let me
Oh,
tell
okay,
you.
I'm here for
Let me
it.
tell you.
I'm here for it.
No, she was like, he doesn't do enough. And I feel like for a woman to say that, it's just like, all right, you're going through tough times. And some men, when you guys aren't doing enough or you feel like you're down, you guys get depressed because you
Yes,
can't provide for
absolutely.
yourself, you can't provide for the person
That's
that you're with. And then it goes to like, oh, I don't want to enjoy anything, so I'm not where I'm at. So I feel like in her perspective, she's just like, all right, like, you want to go on this trip? Let me pay for it. I'm not asking you to do none of that. When she said he's not doing enough, that nigga was not paying bills.
I think you kind of paint a different narrative.
Yeah.
But you painted this whole narrative.
Well, because when I'm talking about is
He's
you
not paying
said
bills.
you said something that she said, and it's very telling. He wasn't doing enough. Enough is a subjective.
Which means-
Enough is subjective.
If they've been together for over 6 months to a year,
How many trips and concerts should they have been on?
no, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, maybe once a year is minimum. my
She's probably
issue.
trying to go every single
Right.
weekend.
No,
She's like, yo,
she's
I
saying
got work.
numerous.
I gotta
She
pay
ain't
bills.
Okay, and
numerous.
obviously,
I got priorities.
they're in two different tax brackets.
Yes.
If that was
Yeah.
the case.
That's a fact.
So you can either step your cookies up or they come
Okay,
up.
now here's the problem, right? Why is that the thing? Why is that the thought
Why
process?
would he feel comfortable enough to accept these gifts, knowing that he can't do it?
I don't think
or-
it's about being comfortable.
It is.
Ask-
She said plural, which means
Ask
he went
any-
on multiple trips.
Okay, was he supposed to not go?
He could say, "Nah, I don't want you paying for that."
All right, and now he
Or
becomes
he
the
would-
guy who doesn't
I'm
want to
telling
go
you,
anything in his
listen.
relationship.
When I was down, y'all, I had 3 jobs. 3 jobs. I was still in school. I made my money. I didn't have to ask anybody for money. I may have asked for help here and there, but everybody always got paid. You feel me? And I would have worked a 4th job. So when I see niggas living off of their girls with their 1-ass job and they complaining after they get out, like, what? Come
You're
on
really
now.
assuming he's living off
Right.
her.
He is.
No,
She didn't say not one
Right,
bill was
right,
paid.
Right. To her.
What she doesn't
To her,
say.
it was about fun
Yes,
activities.
That
that
was-
was leisure.
That was already
Right.
understood though. So like,
No, it wasn't.
think about a relationship dynamic, right?
Nah, bro,
No,
look.
think about a relationship dynamic.
Right.
If we're in a relationship and you made more money than me,
Right.
why would you expect me to pay for the trip? I can't pay. I'm just paying my bills.
No, okay, now here's my problem with that, right? Knowing today's dynamic of women and dating, right? If she was paying the bills, don't you think she would have led with that first?
No.
You don't see any lady on here trying to
They
talk
coulda-
about the financial
They could have
status
split
out
the
there?
bills 50-50.
Nah, any woman that's talking about the negative space that her man is in financially, she gonna lead about talking about concerts and not talking about the rent and the light bill? Okay then, so when it comes to that situation,
This nigga looks
she
perfect.
gonna-
Y'all just can't say it. It's okay.
what do you mean?
But hear it
So
out,
you,
hear it out.
in your situation, you think he's paying for all the bills?
I don't think
They
say
might-
all the bills.
They might not even live together.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So,
But he might have his own bills.
Exactly. That's the whole point. So he has his own bills, his responsibility. To where at the end of the
So-
month, I don't have money for leisure.
As
Or I have a
group.
goal to where I'm trying to save up. I'm not gonna spend $2,000
And
on a
I'm-
Beyonce
I'm-
concert.
but I'm pretty
when
sure-
I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta plan and.
Yeah.
When she said he doesn't do enough, like if I
For
so
her.
so listen, if we were dating, right, and then I want to go to a trip, you're like, nah, I can't afford it. I'm
Right.
trying to save for my studio.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, I respect that. I would not
Some
dog
women-
you and say you're not doing enough.
Some women will.
You got
though.
goals.
will.
You got goals.
Some women will.
He don't have goals
How do
Why
you
do you
Because-
know that?
because she would not have taken him on multiple
Why are you
trips and
including this-
concerts because it's plural.
You gotta remove
Listen,
the
I'm
imaginary
telling you
ain't
right
shit
now.
nigga you talking about from the equation.
No,
You like,
No.
I don't know who this man is.
You're right in terms of
No.
some dudes are
he
like
gotta
that.
do better.
Some dudes are like that.
He gotta do better.
Some dudes do need to do better. But a lot of situations is where women have this idea, and I want this, I want that, I want
Yes.
this, and I'm not
Listen.
considering what you're going through.
Right.
I know I want this. Look.
I
So
feel
because you
like
can't
she
meet this,
gave
you're not
him
doing
time.
enough.
I feel like from the first trip to the second trip, he should have got another job.
Wow.
Then he should have paid for the second
Listen,
trip.
hypothetically, if he has 2 jobs and he's taking care of his sick father or something, there's so many different situations where women don't consider
Then
what
he
you
should-
have going
Then
on.
he shouldn't have went on the trip if he's taking care of his sick
She's
father.
paying for it and she wants
Right.
He should've
She
stayed
offered.
strong.
She offered.
She
No,
offered.
his father's sick.
Right.
He got obligations. Why would you
Oh
miss a week
man,
of
nah,
work?
nah, see, you're just in this space right
Now
now.
you-
Don't
Yeah,
his
now
father, don't his
she
father
just
got
said-
bills?
Yes.
Like damn.
You gotta put up the light where it's like she's just talking now.
No, that,
You're
what
just
I'm saying is, y'all
you're just saying
y'all
things.
reaching for scenarios, I can reach as well.
No,
We
it's
got this
not-
thing
it's not
early.
reaching.
No, but look, I'm not disagreeing with you. There are dudes who literally live off of women.
Yes.
That I'm not disagreeing with you.
Talking about
But
leisure
a
and
lot
trips,
of
that's not
times,
it, bro.
that's not the case. A lot of times is, I was talking to my man the other day. He's dating a girl who lives at home with her mom or her dad. She's not paying no bills at home. She has a job, so the money she's making is going straight to her pocket.
Yeah.
While he living on his own, paying his own bills, doing all of that, so he can't do everything that she can do. You see what I'm saying? So different situations with different people.
I
And a lot of
understand
times,
that.
that's what it is. As a man, you are in a situation where you have to take care of certain things. A lot of times, women still live at home with their parents, and you got time to just
I don't believe that.
No. Coming from you, you're a very independent
Independent.
woman.
I'm not talking
You're
about
independent
myself
woman,
in this
but you have a
situation.
career, and I'm speaking to your demographic, right? So you guys are usually the women who end up in a situation where you may have to assist the dude who's not doing as well, which is fine. That's exactly what it should be. A relationship should be a partnership in which you guys meet where the other person is lacking.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that a lot of these situations, a woman will talk about the things that she wants, and these women aren't necessarily partners. They'll talk about what they want and create that as a necessity in the mind of the guy.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say you're dating a woman, right? And then she's providing for you, in a sense, in the areas that you can provide for yourself, right? And then she's talking to you about her upcoming goals, like, oh, in the next, like, 4 months, I want to buy a house, whatever.
Right.
You realize that you will never be in that predicament to assist her in her goals, in a sense, where you become a burden to the relationship. Do you let her know?
Well, first off, I get what you're saying, and I think that any man will try to elevate himself if he can. I think that you should at least not get in the way. The problem with that is her getting a house and you being in a relationship should mean that we are getting a house.
Yeah, that's
There
what I'm
we
saying.
go.
Right? So, and even with that being said, right, you should do your part to get there. But when it comes to those situations, I think a lot of the financial health is lost in relationships anyway. Everybody's looking for what they can get from the next person.
I think you're speaking.
So you're saying, do you want me to say that a guy who is not doing financially well should step out of the way of a woman who is?
I'm asking, what would you do? What would Tez
Have an
do?
honest conversation.
Yeah, I would have.
What would Tez do?
Okay.
I know what you would do.
My fault.
Well, Tez would have an honest conversation.
Whatever. That was fake news.
I get what you're saying,
No,
and I'm not disagreeing with you.
I am.
No. Not all the way. Not only because there are dudes who.
Yes.
They wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
They would.
But those are foul
The
dudes.
first 2 weeks, y'all would flex like, I'm trying to get my shit right,
Uh-huh.
get my credit right.
Well, things would be shown though, right, along the way. And I think that, remember, getting a house is a process. Both people's credit have to be right. You guys have to start saving. You should set financial milestones and goals. And at certain checkpoints, if you realize that somebody, if you by month 6 should have 10 bands in the bank, and you realize that you contributed 7 and they've contributed like 2, and this is not even mathematically right based off of what they make, because that's another thing too, transparency on what you guys make may be a thing too. So if you know that he makes, 40,000 and you make 70, but you know his expenses, what they are, he should have been putting away this and he's not, then that's a conversation to be had.
Did you guys watch that Who the Fuck Did I Marry series?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
No.
crazy. That's crazy.
Long story short, this dude, he was just lying about his whole finances. Like, he was a millionaire, I couldn't buy my girl this house, they went housing, all of that stuff like that. And when it came down to pay for shit, there was always an issue. And then she caught on and was like, you know what? But
How long did it take?
It took her 2 years.
Takes you 2 years to realize your partner's not a
But
millionaire?
listen. Listen, you guys could sell fucking poison to a witch. I just made that shit up.
I was gonna say, you should
Right?
I like
I
that.
just made that shit up, I'll write that down for when I record my song.
No, but I think you're right. We spoke about it before in terms of like women fall in love with words,
What they would
right?
But I feel like, okay, this is my issue. Why does the blame have to go back on women?
No. He's wrong for being
Right.
deceptive. He's wrong
That's
for
what
being
I'm saying.
deceptive.
But the thing is, I feel like men feel like they have to lie to court women.
Hey, men fall for
There's
what they
somebody.
sell.
I'm saying there's somebody for everybody.
So,
Like,
all right, let me put it in perspective.
I don't like what you're
Men,
doing.
There-
she said that men have to lie,
yeah.
but in the same regard, women
Lie about
disguise
their
themselves.
Oh my God, get the fuck
No,
out of
no,
here.
it's
Get the fuck out of here.
It's true.
It's the
Yeah. Oh,
equivalent.
now that
It's the
exception is not
equivalent.
good.
It's the equivalent.
Hold on, but before we get there, because that's going to be a whole topic, it's going to go spin on. I want to let you know, Rayven, that what you're trying to go with is that a man who makes a certain amount should only be able to date women who make a certain amount.
Yeah.
Which is really fucked up.
I didn't say
Double
that.
standard.
I definitely did not. First of all,
Because
I did not say
so
that.
what is your implication when you say that the woman is going to look to buy a house in the next 4 months, and you feel like you can't contribute? What's stopping him from contributing, Rayven?
So my issue, what I was saying, right? I don't care if the person I'm with makes more or less money than me. What I'm saying is it depends on their grind. So like my issue is as a relationship, you guys are partners, right?
Yep.
It's like a company. You guys have to have an overall goal and an overall plan. If our overall goal and overall plan does not match, we can't be together. So if I'm like, I don't want to rent anymore, I want to get a home, I want to own properties, I want to get into real estate, and then you talking about buying a Tesla.
Yep.
You know,
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Fired.
Because somebody here has a Tesla. You
And
know,
then
we're
to
gonna
financially responsible decisions.
yeah, we're gonna butt heads. You get what I mean? Because
Yes.
all your money is gonna go towards that. You're putting yourself first. We're not thinking about making more money.
When men and women argue in their relationships, men will always try to lead with facts, and women will lead with their feelings. And again, that's not to say one is right or wrong, but it's just the situation. In order to resolve the problem, you have to address successfully what the woman's feeling before you end up dealing with the facts. And unfortunately, the facts are so crushing on the man, he can't do anything. But because it now affects how she feels about him, about their lifestyle, about their relationship, her unhappiness will be the downfall of their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the wrong, but something you did got misinterpreted and your girl feels some type of way. How are you handling that situation? She's going sick on you. You trying to tell her the facts.
I need an example.
All right, let's say you in the club, right? You see your coworker, you say what's up, you say hi, you buy her a drink, because you haven't seen her in a long time. She was sick on vacation, whatever. Your girl comes, did you just buy that bitch a drink? Da 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 da. And then she feels like it's disrespectful because you shouldn't be buying other women drinks. You have the facts. That's just my coworker. She's upset about the situation based off what she's just saw her feelings. Do you address her feelings first, or do you address the facts first?
So that's the thing. What I'm learning, right?
He's been there.
Oh man, whoa. What I would have done initially before the relationship I'm in is address the facts.
Right.
It's not.
Okay, can I
But
before
where I'm at now, I think it's important to address the feelings, and then based off of that, see if the facts still matter.
Hold on a second. Right? Let me
The
interject.
facts always matter.
Hold on, no, they don't.
Not always.
Because he has learned, because in the space of therapy, right? And therapy cuts to the chase, and they're just like, how do we preserve your relationship? In order to preserve the relationship, they realize that the woman's feelings supersede the situation because
Supersede the facts.
Because it will impact everything that's happening currently,
Yep.
even if the facts differentiate.
Yep.
Let me tell you why he would have first went to the facts first. As a man, right? Same situation, flip the scenarios, right? His girl is at the things, he's a coworker, he buys her a drink, they're having a chat, having a laugh, a giggle, whatever. He comes over, yo, what the fuck was that, right? She will say, oh, babe, I'm sorry, this is my coworker, such and such, haven't seen him in a while, we were just laughing about X, Y, Z. In the man's mind, maybe it's because we don't express all the time, we will think, oh, well, that makes sense. I have no reason to feel this way.
Okay.
Let me chill the fuck out. Even if we still feel away. No, hold on, though. I will say this, because I don't want to invalidate your feelings.
I see what you did there.
So, as a man, you might still feel upset. Yo, why is she giggling with this nigga? Like, whatever. But you will say to yourself, as a man, I also have a responsibility to act rationally. So she gave me the facts, she gave me the reasons. For me to still be upset makes no sense. Let me stop. Or at least not show that I'm upset and deal with this shit on myself, by myself.
I think the biggest issue is that men don't consider the other woman's feelings when they do shit. So like if a guy is at the bar and he comes to buy me a drink, I know accepting it.
Are you talking about access?
I'm talking, yeah, I am talking about access.
Okay.
I'm saying initially I'm not going to accept the drink because, you know, I got a man. And then I feel like me taking the drink,
It's
unless
disrespectful
it's
to your
disrespectful,
man.
unless I'm with a group of friends and they buy
just
all
buy
of
around
us,
the
you know,
drinks.
all of us a drink. And then I just feel like that's like alright, that was worth the $14 drink. That's dumb as fuck, but.
Well, no, but here's the thing though, right? First though, you said that there's an exchange rate there. We'll talk about that later. But you said access. and I don't want to transition too hard, but there's dudes out there who use that access and will weaponize access to your girl to get at you. Whether it's to look, maybe it's they actually want your girl, but maybe it's sometimes just to be like, ha ha, nigga, look, I could get what you can get, and what you have. I have access to it. She don't even respect you. Look at her.
But can we go back to the part where he shouldn't have brought his coworker the drink? Because the same way that men see access in buying a drink is the same way a woman feels access when the drink is bought.
I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna argue about the drink situation.
No, I just wanted to make sure that my overall message was that in that situation, the male should have considered the feelings of his girl by not buying his coworker the drink.
Is it really the same type of access?
It is the same type of access, because you don't understand the same way men feel about getting access to somebody's girl or being on the same level. Women are filthy with that.
They take it
like
as a
they're
win.
filthy. Like I had a girl who dated 3 of my exes after I dated them. And me and her were beefing.
Did y'all shoot the fair one though?
Huh? No, we didn't. We didn't. But 3 of them, and I feel like at
Sounds
the first.
Like you owe her a 3-piece.
No, yeah, facts. But you know, I gotta keep my job. The first time I was just like, that's just not. That was crazy, but that's weird. The second time, I'm just like, what's up with this bitch? The third time, I'm just like.
You want this leftover sandwich I got too?
Yeah, it was crazy. She was talking crazy, and I didn't.
Look, I get it.
If I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Whoever you date.
My issue is you guys do little things like a woman talk to you, and I feel like women are very masculine in approaching men these days. Like, you know, they're like, oh, what's up, handsome? I like those gray sweatpants. You know, like all of that shit. And I feel like men, you guys don't knock it down. And I'm not saying that you guys don't get attention, but I feel like because women are used to it, like when it happens, it's like over our head. But like when you guys get it, you just smile a little bit.
We like that shit. You know? Yeah, we don't get it.
But I'm saying you're giving that woman what she wanted, and you're giving her the impression that she has access.
That's true.
So you shouldn't have bought your coworker a drink.
You
should have brought me the drink and be like, oh, this is for my girl.
I don't know about that.
Where's your man?
Look. As much as that scenario, that does hit all the points, that's right. I just think that the overall thing of your feelings coming first, it hits every scenario. That one, I can see why you would be upset there, and then I think that the conversation later is, next time say hi to her, maybe introduce me, and we could have took a shot together, right? There's a way to do that. But I will say that that thought process of your feelings coming first, it's in most situations. Men in relationships oftentimes learn that in an argument, you're gonna have to deal with how she is affected by your feelings before you get back to your feelings.
To the point.
Yeah, you can say, damn, I really hate when you talk to me this way, but then you're gonna have to address first the tone in which you told her you don't want her to talk to you this way. Second, why she felt like she should have talked to you that way. Third, the other thing that she brought up about why you shouldn't even be telling her about this. And then 4, how she feels about you putting her on the spot in this situation before you round circle back to how you were offended by her talking to you that way.
I think you and Eman should go to therapy together to get all of this off your chest.
I'm just letting you know what it is. It's not,
You disagree with that?
I feel like it's being exaggerated. So I get
the
order of operation, but I feel like initially whoever.
Oh, definitely. Sprinkle.
No, not sprinkle. But I'm saying like if I did you wrong, then I need to listen to your feelings first.
You should.
If you did me wrong,
that would be a
healthier person.
That would be a beautiful thing.
I'm saying whoever brought up the situation. So vice versa. Like let's say your girl went out to Miami and she wore something wild, and you saw it on her story and you felt something about it.
Yeah.
If you went to her about it, she needs to listen to your feelings.
Beautiful. Would old Rayven have felt this way? Because I feel like a lot of women are where old Rayven was and not where current Rayven is.
I would have listened, but I wouldn't have received it.
Boom, there it is. And that's all I'm saying. That's
if it made sense, it made sense.
Okay.
But if it didn't, it didn't.
So all right, we've had this conversation before, right? That I don't like what you're wearing. Why are you wearing that conversation? And what's the general response?
I feel like you're going to tell me regardless of what I say. So what's the response?
You're not my father. Don't tell me what to wear.
Okay, period.
Okay,
My
period.
father's name is Robert Brown.
Alright, okay, so, when it comes to a man asking, your man asking you not to, right? We just went over this whole thing about access, this whole thing about impressions, this whole thing about how people will be made to feel by how you present yourself in their presence. How do y'all not see?
I feel like you guys can court women that dress this way, and then when you get a girl, tell her not to dress that way. That's just that.
I think you absolutely can, because you can court a man who doesn't have his things together, but once you talk about your goals in a relationship, he's expected to get his things together.
I show up on a job interview with red hair, and then my 2 weeks in, they tell me, oh, you can't wear red hair, and that wasn't discussed at the interview, then we're gonna have to compromise, or I'm leaving.
Okay, so you date a man who makes $20,000 a year, you decide to get a house, you want a house, and this now has new financial responsibilities. What are your expectations of him?
To level up, right?
Not okay. No, things happen when it comes to finances.
Why can't it be with?
E. She is wearing the ice skates.
Bro.
I see her.
We just traded shoes.
Dancing right now. Dancing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. When you get in a relationship, you have to understand that there has to be some type of compromise. There has to be some type of growth. And in order to grow, you have to change. A lot of people try to separate the two. I don't want to change. I want to stay who I am. But then you're trying to grow.
You met me like this.
What I'm saying is the whole aesthetic. Like if her style is a certain style. Outfit is one thing. Like, you know what I mean? If I bought an outfit off of fucking Shein and then it's like, it's too much, okay, scratch that outfit. I'll bring these options. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying if it's her overall aesthetic or style and you're trying to change her.
So her overall style is nipple pasties and a thong bikini.
And if that's how you met her and you wiped her, how are you going to tell her to change?
You don't expect okay, I'll put it like this,
though. Y'all sound dumb. If that's the type of woman.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to cuff those women, but I'm saying that it's not that they're wearing that all the time, right? You met some girl in the club. She was wearing a nice dress, right? You don't know that when she's going to Miami, she's gonna be wearing a string bikini, right?
She should. It's Miami.
So the situation, the environment determines what she's wearing, not the fact that she's in a relationship.
Yeah, the environment determines what we wear. If it's hot, we're gonna wear less clothing. If it's cold, we're gonna wear more clothing.
Rayven.
It's science.
You're simplifying it to the fullest, but I think you have to be mindful that in a relationship, you should consider that you're in a relationship. If your man is okay with it, cool.
Then, yeah, that's
but
what
if he's saying like, I don't want you out here. Now, look, you become a mother, you have a kid. So the way that you were acting before you had a kid has to change to a certain degree.
It should change to a certain degree.
Saying. Some people are like, no, this is how you marry, this is how.
That's it. That's all I'm saying is you can't.
They don't care. It doesn't matter what the situation is.
But what does it depend on? It depends on your morals. So me, I have really good morals. So I feel like as a mother, I'm gonna change a lot of the shit that I'm doing. But if you date a bitch with no morals, y'all begin to go. All right, what are we talking about next?
So all I'm saying is, right? We talked about access, and there's one artist who is very good at manipulating access and weaponizing access to his enemies.
Are you talking about what you talking about?
I'm talking about 666 Kilo's idol.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I rebuke all of that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Drake is the light-skinned 50 Cent. Drake is a savage when it comes to beefs and it comes to like retaliation and all that. He does it in a way that's so calculated.
Subtle.
It's subtle, but it hurts where it hurts.
Look, Ye said it. Where
man.
When you're getting dissed by Drake will organize it in a way that only you know you got dissed. Like, what was it? It took people so long. Months after that track with Drake and Travis Scott came out, it was like crept through the light. You know, like, and all of the directions that he gives are literally the directions from Drake's house in Calabasas to Kanye's house in Calabasas.
Really?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Evil genius, man.
Evil genius. And the rumor back then was that Drake hit Kim.
Yeah.
And he was like, I crept through the light. You know what I'm saying? I went, this is, was it 561st or something like that?
That's crazy.
And it was like,
Evil genius.
That's crazy.
And he's like, he said that, Drake will DM all of the women in your family, your cousins, your aunties, all of them.
And they're gonna respond.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, while your girl may say she's loyal, and hopefully she doesn't do what this next artist, ex-girlfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, who did baby mother, I don't know what she is to him.
But they got no kids together.
But a woman who was affiliated with Rick Ross showed that she received an invitation to Drake's next show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rick Ross found himself in the middle of the Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole beef when he decided to unfollow Drake. Yes, this was started by an unfollow.
Mm-hmm.
Petty. And she, I think, posted that she was celebrating getting an invitation from
See, she
Six
wrong.
God
She
himself.
wrong for that.
I mean, she just broke up with Rick Ross.
Oh, she broke up with
Yeah,
him?
she broke
Oh,
up.
then City Girls up one.
I mean, that
City
could've
Girl,
been-
but City Girls aren't idols, right? Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
Easily triggered.
Hey, Ray, where did you get that Birkin bag? Sorry.
Oh shit.
The Birkin store. Sugar daddy.
Get you a ditty. So, as I'm saying this, I say it to say that don't expect Drake to hit back with a verse.
He's
Kendrick-
very generous though. Didn't he just give some girl like $70,000 at a concert?
The strip club?
No.
No, he be giving up money
His
in
concert, and this girl was like,
joking, you pay like
I'm
that and
joking,
all
I'm
that.
joking.
It's like
Drake
Drake
is
is my baby daddy, and he gave her mad money.
Drake is a very generous guy, but he is also a guy you don't want to get on the wrong side of. Especially if you're in the industry, especially
Well, y'all think he
if
did
you
this to
deal with
Diddy?
women, they
You
become
think he did what?
So you think Drake did this to Diddy?
What you mean? No. I don't think that petty. But I do remember the time where there was rumors that Diddy smacked
him.
Drake,
Yeah.
and Diddy pled the. He said, "Look, I apologize, Six God. I don't want no problems with you, because I'm sure that behind the
Yeah,
scenes
he is-
people had to talk
he is
to him
Scorpio.
like
He is
he's not to be
Scorpio.
touched.
We were
He's
just
not to
talking
be
about this earlier. That Scorpio, they're gonna get their lip back. May not
Jewish.
Be, may not be today.
Oh man.
But they said that Diddy peed on Drake, which now I believe.
Did he
Diddy
beat on
beat
Drake?
on Drake.
Was it?
I remember that rumor.
In the movie theater, because Meek Mill mentioned it.
Damn.
I remember.
Meek Mill. See, there you
Why
go
was Meek Mill
again.
around P. Diddy peeing on people? As we
I
said in the movie
remember
theater.
Oh gosh.
And so when Meek Mill dropped the diss,
Yeah, he did say it.
and he was like, P. Diddy pee on you in the movie theater, some shit like that.
Oh,
Which is all weird.
Damn, see,
Oh, shit.
everything is coming back. It's true. Everything's true.
Everything's true. Stop it. Oh. Look, man, I just, let me say, I think Cole's the best at this whole situation.
Who?
I know that y'all opinions differ.
J. Cole?
This three-headed monster that everybody says is at the top of the bag. Yeah, Eman's tight right now.
I'm letting you go.
I want you to defend, because I will say a lot of people love Kendrick because, and I love him too for this, the spirit of competition. He came right at them. Meanwhile, these niggas are shaking hands and making records together, talking about, we the big three, we this, that, first person shooter, we on the same song, look at this, look what we can do. And Kendrick said, nah, fuck that. I'm the best.
Yes.
Which is admirable. Doesn't make him the best though.
Wow. What you think? Do you like
I
that
think
process?
Kendrick is it's simple. Kendrick is the top dog.
Wow.
Drake and Cole are I can't even put them in the same lane. To me, I consider Cole a rapper and Drake an artist.
Yeah.
Drake is a better artist. Cole is a better rapper.
And what do you consider Kendrick?
Top dog.
At what?
Literally. No pun intended.
At
No,
what?
Diddy.
Oh my god.
Rap. He's a better rapper.
I feel like if they went head to head, I feel
No,
like
bro.
Kendrick would definitely
Kendrick will
have that
dance
one. 'Cause
around him.
You can play him in any atmosphere.
Bro, I will say, like,
Game night.
there's certain things that Kendrick's energy suits certain situations. I just don't think that lyrically that he's touching Cole. I mean, not that he's not touching Cole. Let me not say that. I don't want to be like, oh, he's light years ahead.
Bro.
I think that Cole edges him out lyrically.
But Cole only storytells.
I think that you guys are of that subscription. It's like, oh, Cole is boring.
I like Cole.
Just because
Not that
y'all
I think he's a great
Not that he's
performer.
boring, but just Kendrick goes a lot harder. Kendrick is just there's a lot of things that Kendrick kind of.
You want.
I'm not saying that Kendrick is way better than Cole and there's no competition. Yeah, Cole is up there.
I think
Cole
that
is-
it's one of those things where you want the person who's willing to talk their shit. That the person who's like aggressive, who's coming at people.
That's
the
a part
person,
of, but that's a part of hip hop.
I think
That's a part of hip hop.
And that's part of that is
that
a part of
energy,
hip-hop.
like.
But also, so is storytelling, right? But so you can't then say that an element of hip hop is a detractor because he's good at something, and then he doesn't so much play in the realm of somewhere else. Whereas Kendrick is like, you know what I mean?
That's like comparing Tupac and Will Smith.
See, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. All right, I think right there, that's the indictment.
I can't piggyback off of that.
That's the indictment right there.
I can't piggyback.
What's that Fresh Prince song?
It's over. It's over right there, E. You can tell right now where E's head is, where you say that Kendrick is Tupac and J. Cole is Will Smith.
Yes.
That tells you right there where your head is right there.
Nah,
That's disrespectful. That's crazy.
Not at all.
That's crazy, E.
Not at all.
That's
Like, Cole could tell some stories, but it's not, it doesn't go as far. When you think about hip hop and the roots of hip hop,
It's gotta have guns. It's gotta have drugs. It's gotta have death. It's gotta have this and that.
that's a part of it. But
It doesn't have to
But
have
I'm
that.
saying Kendrick can touch all of that. Cole can't.
Cole can create a record that shows that he has a top-notch level verse without any of those elements that's low-hanging fruit.
Because you went to college. No, let me stop.
Damn.
Let me stop. Nah, all I'm saying is
You can't see your real name's clearance.
all I'm saying is
That's why you looked at me crazy last time I recorded a track, E? That's wild.
That's college ass.
That's wild.
Nah, you know, but
Did this nigga just say an SAT word? Fuck that nigga, bro.
all I'm saying is Kendrick can touch a way bigger platform in a sense than Cole can. Cole is great at his lane. Kendrick can touch a lot more.
I feel like that.
Kendrick can do what Cole does.
Yeah.
Relax.
No pity. But Kendrick can get in Cole's lane and play around and still do stuff that Cole can't.
His what? I'm playing, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my main point. Like, Kendrick is way more, to me, versatile than Cole is. Cole is great at his lane, but Kendrick is touching way more.
And I don't think Cole wants to get out of his lane
He doesn't.
either.
No.
So I feel like that's where the limitations
Yeah.
arise. You know what I mean? Because like, nah, I'm cool where I'm at.
Okay, this is, okay, I get what y'all are saying, but I think when you guys are talking about rappers and lyricism, right? First off, the reason why Drake, Cole, and Kendrick are in this conversation is not because they're the best quote-unquote rappers in the game right now. They are, but because we've opened up the door for rap as a whole. Like, you wouldn't put Future in this conversation, right? You couldn't put Lil Baby in this conversation.
But
You couldn't put any of the, but hear me out. The reason why is because they're all supposed to be respected lyricists, right?
Right.
So if we're judging them off of the basis of being a respected lyricist, for Cole to do as much as he does, within whatever confined lane, because I will say Drake is probably the one with the widest amount of
He's an artist,
right? Because Drake will talk gangster shit on one thing, talk lovey-dovey shit on another, depressed boy shit on another, making money shit on another, whatever. House music, he's everywhere, right? Then Kendrick is like more so traditional hip hop, boom bap, right? But see, that's where
You just
that's
proved my point.
nah. That I didn't prove your point. I just proved your bias.
Kendrick is way more hip hop.
I proved your bias because that's the same gatekeeper shit that limited and made it so that Drake made it a point to kill a lot of the old guard. Is because they gatekept about rap and saying that rap has to be this, that, or the third in order for it to be rap. But I think that it doesn't have to be that.
No, because when we move like that, we moving in the lane that I'm not cool going down that lane. We can progress and we can do all that, but we still have to give props to what rap and hip hop is.
And I
You
don't
see what
think
I'm saying? I feel like people are trying to erase that and just put whatever.
Because-
Mumble rap, this rap. No, y'all cool over there, cool. We're all part of the same community.
Sit at the kids' table.
Right, so sit that shit over there.
That shit over there.
Yeah, like we're all in the same
All
room,
right.
yes. But at the same time, let's not just disregard what real hip hop is. And Kendrick is real hip hop to the core.
So you think that
Kendrick
Cole is not real hip hop? Why?
Not saying that he's not real hip hop. Cole has that lane that he's in, and he's great at that
No,
lane.
I think that Cole speaks from his perspective, and because his perspective is not in the thick of being gangster, like Kendrick Lamar is a a proclaimed blood member, is he not?
I don't know nothing about that.
He's Pyru.
I don't know.
Am I making that up?
Kendrick?
Kendrick.
I don't know nothing
Is
about
he
that.
You got this computer, look it up.
You know this is just for aesthetics. Nah, but he has a lot of affiliations, being from Compton. He's from Bompton, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. Bompton.
Oh
That
my
is
goodness.
blood that I
Fucking
you know, I don't have to fact check. I know he has affiliations.
He's not a member of a particular gang, even though he grew up close with the West Side Prairie Blues.
Right,
He
there you
grew
go.
up next to him.
Right,
There we
okay,
go.
so
So he's their neighbor.
He's Pyru adjacent.
He's a neighbor.
Okay, right. So whereas Cole has never claimed any type of affiliation,
Yep.
he has never dropped it anything. He talks about the hardship of being in the environment where those people may have existed, but he was an average person, which most people are, even hip hop listeners.
So you just called him average. So I think
You feel me?
Like,
You're proving my
No,
point.
I'm
you made
not.
the plate and
I'm
answered
saying,
it
I'm
again.
saying that you don't have to be a gangster to be a part of anything in hip hop.
Timothy.
No, you don't have to be a gangster, but I think
That's what you're saying.
No, 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 no.
You're giving Kendrick more clout
Because he's directly connected to the roots. Cole is you know what I mean?
So you
Cole
have
is-
to have a
Cole
flag
is-
to be connected to the roots, E?
I'm not saying you have to have a flag, but you have to have direct experience, a direct connection to it.
What is more direct than the struggle of being in the hood? Period.
Who is more connected to it?
It doesn't, you're there.
Who's there?
Your perspective
Cole.
is what it is.
Yeah, no.
And then how you communicate that is the lyrical skill set that you show and display.
All I'm gonna say is Kendrick is more, what would be the word? Not authentic, but when it comes to hip hop,
That's the problem, is your idea of hip hop authenticity involves proximity to gang life.
what not necessarily gang life,
That's what it
not
is.
gang life. I think the struggle.
Right, so you're saying that
Um,
Cole didn't struggle?
Not everybody struggles, but I just said in terms of hip hop, Kendrick is more connected to the roots, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
I
with
think
that.
you make it shut up.
When Kendrick speaks, I feel what he's saying. Like it's like, okay, I hear you, my guy. I hear you, my guy. Like this ain't fake. This is real.
What's the last Kendrick song you listened to? Not the diss record.
No, this record.
Not the diss record. Not the diss record. Not the diss record. Before the diss record.
The diss record.
So that means that what? He wasn't relevant before the diss record?
No, it's not about not being
Is that what
relevant.
we're
So what did you listen to
No.
before the diss record?
I don't think I have to be. I'm not even a Kendrick fan. That's
So
the
what
thing.
did you
Like,
connect with?
I give him his props because I respect what he's doing.
Alright.
I'm not a Kendrick fan.
Yeah.
I respect him though.
So how you gonna put him over anybody when you don't even, man, stop it.
Not because you can respect somebody for what they do without having to be a fan.
I'm saying that in a standpoint of when we've established that what we're judging them on is their lyrical capabilities.
Not just lyrical.
That's what we doing, right?
We're not strictly off of just because Eminem is a better lyricist than all of them. But
So how
content wise,
No, stop. No, he's not. What?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Stop it.
I would not
Eminem is
say
the
that.
better
No
lyricist.
way.
Eminem is probably the best lyricist around.
Stop it.
Hold on.
Stop it. Stop
The
it. Stop it.
best
Stop it. Stop it.
Hear
Lyricist
me out,
around.
hear me out,
Alright, This
hear
is
me
a clip.
Hear me out.
Yeah, okay.
Hear me out. When I say lyricist, we're not talking about content wise. I'm talking about just lyrics.
I was gonna say,
Eminem
you know,
can rhyme lyrics and go crazy with it. He could probably rhyme you the whole freaking alphabet and
literally
freaking
say
dictionary.
nothing.
Right, he's a better
Alphabet,
lyricist.
alphabet.
You can make any word rhyme. You gotta give him props for that. But at the end of the day, we're looking for content. We're looking for, you know what I mean? Like authenticity, connection to what's really hip hop. Kendrick is that.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying.
I agree with the Kendrick, but I don't know where you was going with this.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. He's talking about just straight lyrics. We're not talking about just straight lyrics.
But
If we
even
talk about
then-
straight lyrics and rhyming, Eminem can dance around
No,
everybody.
because then
But that's not what we're talking
Because you
about.
gotta have a certain style with it, and Eminem is very much low-hanging fruit.
You
And
just love this term.
yes, it's very much low-hanging fruit. And I'm not saying he's always been that. I'm just saying that of recent, it's like the people who step into the studio and just rhyme for the sake of rhyming. What the fuck did you say?
Chill out.
What the fuck did you just say?
He was like, I know, come on.
Look, all I'm saying.
Yo, Aji won't shout him out.
So stop it. So when it comes to rhyming, right?
Yeah.
You have to be saying something.
Right.
You have to have a message. I'm never gonna say that Kendrick doesn't have a message. I'm
You
just
can't.
saying.
You literally can't say that.
You can't even
all right,
hit that.
okay, fine.
His whole album is the
That's
message in
true.
order.
That's true. And I'm saying that Cole is more polished and finesse at providing that
All right.
message.
I don't think you guys are going to agree
We
today.
can't agree because I think we're
And
measuring.
that's okay.
I think we're measuring from two different standpoints.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You saw
I
That's all he did. That's all he did there. That's all he did there. Yeah. Look, man.
So
And it's okay.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. I go Kendrick as top dog.
I go Cole.
He says J. Cole is
And I think Beyonce is the top dog.
Jesus.
In country music. So she is now moving with her next country music album. And I gotta say, they trying to gatekeep. Just like E trying to gatekeep anybody who doesn't walk around with a paisley flag from hip hop. They trying to gatekeep Beyonce from country music.
No facts, they're going sick. But she is getting a lot of love from all of her fans. I did listen to it on the way here. I hate country
Oh, you
music.
actually listen to it?
I did.
Is it good?
You know, I can say that there's things that I like about it. I feel like she added her own twang.
Definitely.
You know, the country folk be saying. And she kept it ethnic, which I feel like what the country people are going to hate. But no, she did her shit. She did her big one.
I heard that she did something very smart, and I'm not totally, so correct me if I'm wrong. Did she do a lot of collaborations with country megastars?
Yeah, she did.
Like Dolly Parton was apparently featured.
Miley Cyrus. I don't want to name these people wrong because I honestly don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Only reason why I know is because of Beyonce.
I did hear that Miley and Dolly Parton are on the album,
Yeah.
or at least in some proximity to it. Yes. So to me, I think strategically, you're not gonna block out the godmother of country music.
And
like
she put on a lot of black country artists
Beautiful.
that didn't necessarily have that platform beforehand, which is dope. And I heard through the grapevine that like country music originated with
black people.
Black people.
Absolutely. Like most music.
Yeah, like most music.
Like
Yeah,
most music.
we knew that. Some people don't know.
Right.
But she made a tribute to that through
Yeah.
her album to let them know where it originated. So when people are telling her she's not country, she's like, bitch, I'm the original. Original B, okay.
Also, she from Texas.
Yeah.
Texas,
She's from Texas. I gotta say, there was this one girl who I was really hoping was featured on her project. She had some song go viral.
Yeah, is her name like Tony something?
Something
She got
like
blonde
that.
hair?
Yeah, blonde hair, black girl. She
is featured on the album.
She's featured.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I was like the whole time. I'm like, when B does this country thing, I hope that she goes on tour with B and all that.
Yeah.
So I hope she opens the door.
And she had to keep that shit a secret.
Yeah.
Like for me,
Oh, yeah,
I would have been
tell.
like, oh, can I have a honey martini? Like I would have been like speaking it on everybody. Like, listen.
Let me also say this too. Any artist that finds themselves in a predicament to get a major feature from a superstar, a megastar, do your part to keep that secure. I heard a story recently where T-Pain and Usher had done collaborations, and one of the collaborations was with Michael Jackson. But because the producer or the songwriter, somebody involved in the session, I guess they were so excited about it, they leaked it. And sometimes leaking, it doesn't involve just posting it somewhere. Sometimes it involves, hey bro, you won't believe what I'm doing, take a listen to this. And now your man's puts it somewhere and it starts going around because fuck, it's Michael Jackson. Well, apparently according to T-Pain, Michael Jackson got word of this, got wind of this, and was like, yeah, I don't even want to release it anymore. It's
Damn.
kind of,
So yeah.
T-Pain, Usher, and Michael
and
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
That.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who do you think will win? Little John, Usher, and Ludacris, or T-Pain, Usher, Michael Jackson?
Now you just trolling.
You just trolling now. Don't get me wrong, I love, yeah, but goddamn, I can only imagine what that shit would have been. You heard Thriller?
But,
Have you heard Thriller?
but you know what? I feel like there's too many main characters in that trio that I don't know. Like y'all see.
They would let Mike.
Yeah,
Y'all see
let Mike-
Usher.
you gotta let Mike
Y'all
do his
see
thing. You
Usher
just follow.
now.
Yes.
That nigga would have been like fucking Megamind from that movie, like just ego boosted.
Nah, I think with Michael Jackson, there's a certain level of respect to where whatever Mike says, they would have just been like, how
compliment it.
I need to hear this song because I don't see it in my head working out.
Yeah, I hopefully, I don't know if it's still on YouTube or wherever it was leaked to. And now with AI, you can't, I don't know what's real anymore.
Is what's his face using auto-tune? Because I feel like Michael Jackson would not be into that.
Well, first off,
he probably already used auto-tune. Auto-tune could be used in a lightweight where you don't even know. It's just a pitch corrector. Yeah, it's just a pitch corrector. A lot of times people just crank it all the way to get that T-Pain effect.
Stylized.
Auto-tune been in the game for years.
You can make me a singer?
I can't make you a singer.
He's not a miracle worker, damn it.
Because, I've been working,
But yeah, we
this
can
THC
definitely...
cells have been helping my grip a little bit.
and apparently your, delusions too.
Oh my gosh, boy bye.
But all I'm saying is, when you have a person like Mike, definitely fall to the back, let him rock. I would have wanted to see the performance, because Usher kind of killed it on the...
That performance would have been
T-Pain, I've seen T-Pain live.
They all can dance.
All performers.
It goes crazy.
They all can dance.
Yeah.
That choreo would have been wild. I feel like they would have did a remix with Chris Brown.
Oh, that would have been...
And then they would have created a whole tour.
Would have been...
Oh, that would have been...
They would have created a tour.
Yeah.
I would have spent all of my money on that tour.
That would have been fire. But yeah, so artists, if you ever provided such an opportunity, don't fuck it up for yourself. Keep it under wraps. Mike surely did it, because I know that it was burning a hole in her pocket and her soul to let people know that she was on Beyonce's album.
Yeah, I would have told somebody.
That is one of the hardest things when you when you either land a placement or get, even for myself, like there's certain things where like I might get an artist who gets a feature with a certain artist, and I get to mix the record, and I'm just like, damn, I want to let everybody know I'm about to mix such and such vocals. Like, it's a hard thing. So I can see how people get excited. You work with a legend, and the song is fire. You just want to share the information, but it's important. And I think if you get the chance to be in the studio, even something as simple as like being in the studio, and like recording what's going on, you got to be very careful with that.
So
very
do you guys sign like NDAs or?
Not. Some people do, but not. Usually, you just kind of in the room. There was a story. I forgot his name. I think he was in the studio session with. Was it Chris Brown? I forgot who it was, but he was in the studio session. He just kind of recorded himself listening to the song, right?
Yeah.
He posted it on this is like MySpace page. MySpace. The joint went viral, the blogs picked it up, such and such is putting out new song, blah, blah, blah. The way that he got spazzed on.
Yeah, I bet.
You know what I mean? And he was thinking just like, I'm recording myself, I'm not showing who it is. But the voice is like distinct, like people know who it is.
Yeah.
So
there's so much etiquette to being an artist I don't know about. I don't know if you guys seen that clip of Burna Boy throwing this designer jacket into the fucking crowd, and the designer got upset. I was just like,
because you probably have to return that.
Yes.
I was like, that shit is wild.
I was gonna say, y'all don't know this, right? Cue y'all into sometimes when it comes to designer sales. Oftentimes stylists will come into boutiques. I've worked at a couple of different ones. They'll come into boutiques. They will have a credit limit or whatever, and they will buy up a bunch of items with a particular artist in mind, their client. Their client will then try on whatever they want, wears a couple things to the shows. Depending on who it is, some of them buy whatever they wear. Sometimes they return it because it's a one-off, depending on if it's a runway piece or couture piece. Generally speaking, those runway pieces can run anywhere from $10,000 to like $25,000 easily. Handbags, even more so. Tons of shit, right? Jewelry. I work for a designer jewelry place. I'm not going to shut them up because they're not sponsoring us. But their pieces cost an awful lot, and people will, do that. So, Burna Boy doing that could have meant that custom jacket,
especially if it's one-on-one.
It's one-on-one. It could be in hundreds of thousands.
And if he did not sign with the stylist to pay for it already, that means that now the stylist is on the hook for it.
Yeah, absolutely not. No. So.
And you see, he ran out on stage trying to like,
which is
like,
wild. That's wild. The way he snatched that jacket.
Yeah.
He must have just got paid that night because he was like, "Fuck this! I got the $10,000."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, came across a story I'm gonna paraphrase because I don't have it directly in front of me right now. But a woman goes on a date with a dude. Apparently his parents recommended the spot. It's a nice restaurant. He goes in, and throughout the date he sees his mother there feeding strawberries to another man. He's obviously upset, wants to go interrupt, but as he gets up to go interrupt and like tell him, Mom, what are you doing? His father comes out of the bathroom, sits down with them, and holds the hand of the man who she's feeding strawberries to.
Okay, what?
First of all, you made
I
him
thought you
change
cheated.
languages.
So it was that day that they found out that, well, that he found out that his parents invite men to their marriage.
Did he tell the girl that he was with that this was going on? That's so, the parents recommended the restaurant to him that they go
It's
to.
probably their,
It's probably their spot. Probably said that, and maybe it was even in passing.
But why weren't they more careful? Because like,
right.
I don't know if they knew when he was gonna go.
that is very uncomfortable.
And also, you say be careful. Careful how? If they don't see anything wrong with it.
Think first of all,
You
what
know
if that
what?
man came over for Thanksgiving? Like,
It might have been a neighbor. He might have recognized some before.
Would I even say? I feel like the whole date, like I'll just
You
be
would've just-
focusing. Like, is that my dad?
Mm-hmm.
They probably dapped each other up before, like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's tough.
Yeah, not the
I
strawberries
mean,
and hand
That's
holding.
tough.
Forget that. You know, you gotta imagine like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
feel bad for the waitress because I don't even know what to do in that situation. Like, who do you hand the bill to?
yo.
No, I'm saying, I thought you was gonna say that the mom was cheating. That's why I was waiting for that.
You guys
That's a plot twist.
would
That's
love
a
to talk
plot
about
twist.
that.
That is a plot
What? That's crazy.
like women cheat.
Nah, I will. I think earlier when we came across this story, you mentioned about how couples introduce new things.
Into the relationship, yeah, like I feel like when people are together for such a long period of time, like you gotta do a little razzle dazzle to like freshen things up.
Okay.
Maybe that was, you know,
That's too much razzle for my
your
dad.
razzle dazzle.
Okay.
Listen, you gotta. I'm not saying you do what you gotta do to keep the person, but you definitely gonna have to up your game because what was in 10 years ago, it's not, you know, what's gonna be in now.
And clearly, Pops was down for the.
He was-
for the-
if
he was
he's
mixing
holding-
hands
listen,
with
hand-holding
the
is
dude,
intimate.
like, that's the whole thing.
He's
Like,
getting razzle dazzle. That was his razzle dazzle that he
Sheesh.
probably offered.
I was gonna say.
I know this guy.
I think you posted a clip not too long ago, E, about a guy who was involved with a threesome, and his shorty was having a little too much fun with the dude that was involved with them. So, first off, let me start by asking, would you ever invite? He said, "Don't even finish this sentence."
I already know you don't know. No, I'm good.
In general,
I
if it was a girl, would you
Would you
invite
invite a
her?
girl in?
I don't feel like it's necessary.
But would you? If she wanted it, would you do it?
Oof,
See?
I gotta sit on. No, my thing. Somebody painted. No, somebody painted. Hold on. Somebody painted a picture for me, and that's why even with the mom and dad, I can
Yeah.
kind of understand where it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a new perspective. You feel me?
Please
Let's
share.
say-
explain.
Please explain.
Right. Let's say
How much
if
seltzer you been
let's say if your man is taking care of you, right?
Yeah.
But you got another dude who's rubbing your feet while he's doing it, or another dude who's feeding you grapes while he's doing something else. Like there's a scenario where it could be.
That's still uncomfortable.
But, well, it doesn't have to be. I'm not saying I condone this. I'm just saying I had a conversation and somebody painted it in a different way in terms of the concept of having multiple people. Let's say when you go get a massage, right?
Yeah.
If you have two people massaging you, one is getting your neck, other one's getting your, you know what I mean? Like, there's a way to where it could make sense.
Listen, I'm patient, okay? I don't need all places rub
Look,
at the same
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You don't need it, but would it be nice to get fed grapes while somebody is massaging your back, somebody is massaging your feet? Like, there's a scenario where it could make sense, but for me, I don't know. When it comes to like me and my person, I don't necessarily want to invite any other types of energy.
I think
Okay.
in a relationship, it's what
It's a little
changes
different,
it,
yeah.
right?
I think the
Like,
relationship changes.
yeah.
If you're just a single guy who's just having fun and
Yeah.
you're kind of
Right.
dating chicks who are
Right. It's not.
You can have
I think that's
you
what I
can
said
move
to
around
you. I was
implications,
like,
yeah.
if I was out of a relationship, I would try it.
right.
In my relationship,
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't-
want to be
doesn't really make
protective
sense.
about that
I would
environment.
not.
Yeah.
I feel feel like I'll be like, oh, that's a good idea. And then once something like is off to me,
No,
like,
because
if they
that's what I'm
lock eye
saying.
contact, I'm gonna be like, y'all niggas looking at each other.
It could be traumatic if
That the whole shit is
Gee, like,
over. It's gonna
you
turn
don't
into
think it'd be
lifetime real
traumatic?
quick.
if you invite, you know what I mean, another big dude inside your bedroom with your shorty.
I'm not sharing.
But I'm saying like it can be
With
traumatic.
a girl? With a
Yeah.
girl? Would you let a girl?
A girl is not as aggressive.
I mean, I'm cool.
It's not as aggressive.
Nah, I'm cool.
But a guy, I think for a man it would hit different if
Oh my
another
gosh.
guy
It's
conquers
not.
a girl.
It's not hitting different.
It is.
I feel like,
definitely
oh my god, I didn't even.
If a guy conquers your chick and she's screaming out his name in front of you,
it's over.
Some
It's
people
a
like
wrap,
that
bro.
shit though. Some people like that cuckold
You're
shit.
absolutely right.
Because they'd rather make their girl happy than, because sexual pleasure doesn't get them off if they're sick in the fucking house.
Yes, that's.
But like they'll if they can't please their girl, they'll pay for somebody to fuck their
To
girl.
do
As
it.
long as she's happy, don't leave me, baby. If sex is all you need, that's cool.
That offers.
And I can't live like that.
Lord.
So
That's
when it
too
comes
much.
to situations like that, I
If you
think
hug her
that.
goodbye, oh my
So,
god.
but that's what it is, right? Is you talk about the nuances in the relationship.
Yeah.
It's the shit that you don't worry about when it's somebody you're not attached to.
right?
So you
Yeah.
gotta make sure that you guys are on a level where those little things, the little eye contact, the little like, oh, is he being extra nice to her now? Like that shit don't phase you.
Saying she said she thirsty, you got her some water.
Nah, I think it would have to be. It would have
This
to
is
be
making
you
me
come in,
hot.
you do what you do, and you leave.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even do it with my shorty. I couldn't do it with my shorty. But if I was to do it with somebody who I'm lightly dating, it would have to be you come in, we have fun, you leave, no communication. No, that's what
That never works though.
that's what T-Pain does. I think T-Pain
Yeah.
was
People
talking
are
about that.
fucking
Yeah,
T-Pain.
just
No. Yeah, T-Pain was saying like him and his girl bringing chicks, but the chicks are not allowed to communicate with him. They communicate with his girl.
Yeah.
So she controls
Okay,
the access.
I kind of like that.
Right, she controls the access to.
Is it real? No.
Yeah, no.
Listen, if you
I think
really.
a guy would take that. If your girl's
No.
like, yo, we can add somebody, but I would
Because you
kinda-
guys, listen, I feel like if y'all got to like sample, let's say a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
The person was like, you know what, you could drive this for a month, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna be out of town. You know what I mean? You could take my car. You know, it's not gonna leave it just because your girl said so.
She was saying she has to be there, so he can't do it without her.
Yeah, but if he likes the girl, if
Yeah.
he likes what he tasted, he can always find her.
Yeah, but then you're breaking the code, which
Yeah,
which
and what
the
do guys
relationship.
do?
Well,
They
but
break the code.
But you gotta remember now, it's all about if you fear losing something more than you desire gaining something.
Right.
The thing is, you guys don't fear losing anything because you guys
The
never
thing
put
is- the
yourself
thing
in a
is
predicament
that-
where you're gonna get it
no.
lost. You guys think you always can outsmart.
No. You wanna come at guys like, no, the thing is that a lot of the people are not worth fearing losing. That's the issue that they're running
Okay.
into. They haven't done enough to secure themselves in a relationship.
I
to
doubt
make
that because I've seen a lot of people do
All
360s once the woman decided she was going out. Y'all just figured that she wasn't gonna leave. I've seen it happen so many times. Like dudes will do females filthy. The moment that she unsigned herself off that lease, moved in with a new nigga, all of a sudden,
I
let me work
really-
on my credit score.
Don't get me wrong. I do think that there's a level of, I might have underestimated how good you were, but I always think that people overestimate how good they are. So you might be in a relationship and thinking that you're making this dude super happy, but I implore anybody, male or female, talk to your partner, ask
That's
them what it is that they want in a relationship and how you're doing in the relationship at providing that. Because I will tell you, it will probably be sobering to you if you lead with honesty and are open and receptive to it, that there's a lot more things that you should be doing
Working on.
that you're working on. So then when you have those situations, I'm not saying jump into a threesome, but the idea, the problem is with a threesome is that oftentimes you're wondering about where that person can fill in the blanks that you're not filling in, right? Is he gonna like this a little bit more than he likes me? Is he gonna do this? Is this guy gonna do to my girl what I'm not doing to my girl, right? And it takes a lot of whatever. And I'm not saying I'm there with you either, I get it. But any relationship, those insecurities will drive, infidelity.
I feel like you guys like fuck off of memory. So
Spank bank?
I don't know.
So it's called
Whatever y'all
spank
call
bank.
it, but I just feel like
G-Lo shaking his head. Look,
and that's
everybody,
not true.
everybody has a sexual memory bank.
So what I'm saying is like if I introduce this new memory to this person like a threesome, right? Our regular one-to-one time is not going to equate to that spank bank because now that's the new aesthetic that you need
I don't know. I don't know if sex is like chasing a high like that unless you like really on some addictive shit. I think that also the connection should be it. Because if you're just fucking your partner versus like, making love to your partner,
Y'all make love?
it depending on who it is.
Not every time.
Yeah, it's not every time. But like, but you know, like, there's a difference, right? And even if you're just fucking, that person knows just how to do this thing that you like and move this way or touch this thing or da. And that familiarity is what drives the intercourse and the interaction.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can achieve that right off the bat. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's sexual chemistry that you can have naturally with people, but I think that if you have with your partner, that's why part of your sexual health, with each other is part of your relationship health. Like, you can't have a strong relationship and then no love life, no sexual love life, because then you're going to go get it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a relationship with no companionship because you're going to go find somewhere else. And yes, we allow one more than we allow the other, but that's why women have a problem with their men who want to go out all the time and never want them there. And guys have a problem with their girl who wants to go out with their girlfriends all the time. Y'all don't have fun with each other anymore. Y'all don't like doing the same shit anymore. So you don't actually have a friend, you have somebody who occupies this space while you go look for everything else to fill those blanks. And then, poof, it's
I was
gone.
waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
The Thanos snap.
I was like, you tried so hard not to snap. Knocked over the thing.
So either way, love your people.
For sure.
It's been real.
It's been real. It's been uncomfortable
A
too.
little uncomfortable, but
Rayven
mostly
stabbed me
real.
a couple times
I
underneath
sure
the table.
did.
Just
Sure did.
So this has been Ctez.
Rayvens.
Eman music.
She's still contemplating on whether or not she
Oh,
should hit me with the
first of all,
car.
we park next to each other, so.
All right, somebody
We'll see.
walk with me to the parking
We'll see
lot,
how you
please.
get home.
All right, everybody, just be safe. He's laughing.
Because Kendrick is top dog.
He signed to Top Dog. That's what he meant to say. Y'all have a good one. Tune in next time.
I ain't looking for no handouts to say no.